everyone, and welcome to Zeepkist Cup of the Day. For those of you who don't know how this works, we get 10 minutes to practice a map we have never seen before, after which there will be 2-minute elimination rounds where the slowest players get eliminated. This week we've got a map by Shadynook. Pull right away. Slowtown. Sandals said he saw the map name loading up the playlist and immediately had thoughts about it. Slow is, of course, very controversial map style, one I tend to do well on. Also, Shadynook maps I tend to do well on, which is nice, because he's like the only person making comp maps anymore. Got him in all the Kirkies, bunch of the Petite Cup lately. Got him doing everything right now. Oh, it turns right. So I'm pretty good on slow maps, I'm pretty good on Shadynook maps, I'm generally speaking really good on slow Shadynook maps. We'll see if that trend continues. 41 speed at the top of the first hill, that's pretty slow. I'm not sure what the slowest map we've had so far. Probably that Java one a while back was pretty slow. Mackie had a slow map in there as well. I start picking up some speed on this map. Baronin calling the Agix win early. A bold prediction, but Agix is like absolutely a slow speed specialist. Did get his 1 cup of the day win on a slow map previously, the Mackie one that I mentioned. Okay, there's some speed conservation on this first hill for sure. Wide put me up a little bit of speed. What if you go very tight at the beginning? And the key is you don't want to steer too much. Tight. Oh, well, I hit the checkpoint. Like, the checkpoint frame before actually triggering the checkpoint, so that was not the correct speed. I think I was actually up speed with the tight line. Yeah. Pointed a little to the left, so not quite up that much, but pretty close. Wide here as Quick Racer is. Get a nice landing. I think you could take that just fully inside, as inside as you can without hitting the edge of the checkpoint. Sometimes on track pieces like that, if you go too far to the inside, it gets a little bouncy, but with the way Shadynook put the checkpoint, actually you're not allowed to drive on that part of the track, so I don't think it's a problem. Quick Racer in the lead currently, also a very strong slow speed racer. I believe he won the Jabba map that I mentioned earlier. Sandals now takes a big lead, also a very good slow speed racer. I don't think he likes it, but he is definitely very good at it. This might just be a lot of resetting, like, right at the start of the map. Because if I'm down speed, that's just like, it kills so much time on a slow speed map. And if I get a bad landing there also. So you probably want to turn when the banking is the steepest at the beginning. Try to use that as the brunt of your turning. That should save the most speed. Down speed again there, but I might have hit that checkpoint late. Like, if I do a late apex, I've turned a lot more before hitting the checkpoint. I'm still down about the same amount of speed. Might be able to go up way earlier. Is there a checkpoint between those? Where's the... This is checkpoint 3. What if you, like, crashed here and managed to make your way up and over? Is Nick looking for a risky? I don't think there was one over there. Current Cobb hasn't been in Cup of the Day in a few weeks. He will not be happy about the slow speed. It is, at this point, generally accepted that slow speed is a disadvantage for keyboard players. In fact, would not surprise me if Current Cobb is having to switch devices. So my question is, what if I just like hit this? Alright, now I don't think you can hit that and get actually any lift with it. It's just so tempting with there being no checkpoint. But through like 3 turns they go back and forth. Yeah, so 42 I think is pretty slow speed. Probably don't want to be taking runs with 42. Maki with a very different line there. I think there's a lot of different ways to approach that section with the big quarter pipe right before checkpoint 2. This, how tight do I want to take this? Because I could turn super hard like that. That might be good. It'll be better, I think, now that I have these splits, something a touch more representative. Dipped a tire off the track. So my CP1 speed I know can be faster by probably about 1 kph. Maki's line looks something a little bit more like that. Oh, and it works. Would you look at that? Just do what Maki does. That's generally good advice. I think hypothetically getting an inside line on the outer banked turn is going to be good. But with the setup, I'm not sure in this particular case if that's a good thing or not. There's a little bit more of a hybrid between the lines I've done in my last 2 rounds. Yeah, that was not good. Okay. And getting air is not going to be good either. How does Maki do this beginning? He's also very tight to the inside. I do feel like I had turned a decent amount before hitting the first checkpoint, so even though that said 0 speed difference, I think I might be up speed. Or maybe not. Probably want to go a little wider there just so I don't get that airtime I was talking about. Then let's try this again with a wide line. I feel like that probably kills more speed. And it does. It's pretty close actually. The time split pretty darn close. For being a slow speed maps, the times are actually shockingly close. I think maybe there isn't a whole lot of variation. Whoa, okay, 43 that time. Not very deep into the turn, but still, that's really good speed. Current's also doing this line. Let's see if this puts me up speed. Yes, absolutely. I think just turning really hard for that is better, because it's good for those outer banks to go as high as possible. Well, within reason. And then it also just sets up way better for the next turn, that downhill right-hand turn. Got the 43 again. I keep tapping that wall on the right, so I'm going to keep it a little bit wider this time. It's kind of a weird landing. I think that's only up speed because I wasn't very far into the corner. Had to correct quite a bit to get to the right side of the track. So that's not as aggressive on the outer bank. I did have a tap on the right side wall. That might just be up speed because I was really low where I hit that checkpoint. Yeah, and you see the time actually isn't there at all, so that final checkpoint, and I don't have time for another run. All of these checkpoints are kind of mid-turn, so you have to factor in how deep you are into the turn when you consider your speed. This one is also on a slope, so the further to the left you hit that, the higher speed it's going to show in that section. Since I have a few seconds here, I just want to see, yep, you can see it in the bottom right, current cop is on controller. You see the little controller logo there? The controller, as I like to call it. Round is still suffering, so he might have a struggle in this cup. Quick Racer leads ahead of Sandals, Mew, Mackie, Agix. That's basically all good slow speed players up there. And then Current Cop on his second best device is doing better than me. Current's just kind of really good at this game though. 2-minute elimination rounds, only 41 players. I didn't see if like people are leaving because it's a slow speed map or if it's just a slow day, as it were. That landing is kind of strange. Let's take a run. It is illegal for me to have good first runs in Cup of the Day. My round 1 specifically. I have to do something silly. So with 41 player lobby, actually not going to be many rounds of 6 eliminations. I think it's only 2 rounds with 6 eliminations. Current leading, even not on his preferred method of steering. Oh, terrible speed. A bit wide, maybe that helps? Absolutely. 44 is really good there. It's tricky to get to the right side. That's kind of the easy thing to forget about on this track. So you don't realize until you're right upon it that you're going to get a drop down if you're on the left side. And this, you really want to hit that as far to the left as possible. It's just the most direct line and also the fastest, I believe. Everybody gets a time. Curious about some things at the start. Am I gonna get to this checkpoint? Ah, that was bad speed. Okay, so that was not good. I want to experiment a little bit with like at what point I'm steering on the initial downhill. Quick Racer ahead of Current Cop and Sandals. Like I said, everyone got a time in the first round. Shadynook in the lobby to spectate doesn't count. That's good. I'm happy with that speed. It's a high 43. I have time for 2 runs still, I think. Maybe. And now I'm just getting pretty much the same start every time. Things start getting different around here though. Just really make sure I don't hit the pole on the inside. Nice sharp turn there is actually quite good because it gets you to the right side, or keeps you on the right side of the road. So you don't have to worry about that. And here, just most direct line as possible. Don't be too far to the right there because that's there's a little gap that's not very evident. And that's first place. Personal best from me. I've had a couple people into the 41s, so not an incredible time, but pretty good. Like I said, I'm good on slow speed maps, and I'm good on Shadynook maps. I can think of at least one slow speed Shadynook map that I have world record on. So, this is probably a good cup for me. I totally just thought that turn came up sooner and was not in the right spot for it. Not going to be an improvement. Again, everybody gets a time with Micron at the last second. Quick Racer ahead of Kern Cobb. Seems like a bunch of people right at the top are... It's very interchangeable on the leaderboard up there. Top 7, maybe. Very close times for sure. It's only like 2/10 separating the top 7. Okay, that's bad if I'm already at 43. Nice, I think that's really good. Checkpoint's a little bit of a lie. I think CP3 is the only one that's like really telling. Oh, my time split is very down. Could be because I went high on the quarter pipe before checkpoint 2. It's the only thing I can think of. Ooh, Sandals with the 0.7. Solid time. A little bit of a... I'm gonna reset because there's a bounce on the wheels and I don't trust that it actually kept all the speed. I'm kind of starting to cut this corner at checkpoint 1, which is a bit risky. So is it worth staying very low there? Like, is the speed gain not enough? Well, this is the opposite now. I have great time but terrible speed. That's kind of expected with that line, I guess. It's starting to even itself out. Can I still get a good time with that line? Playing it a bit too cautious at the end, but it is... I don't know, you kind of have to because it's right at the end and you're not allowed to crash at that point. Sandals, Quick, both with a 0.7. Kern Cop pretty consistent with the 0.9. A whole bunch of people. Anyone with a 0.1 or lower is definitely in it for the win, I think. Although Quick and Sandals have been the top 2 very consistently. Both of them are players I'd expect to do well on slow speed maps as well. Gonna be a short cup also because of that low player count that I've mentioned a couple times now. Already top 25. I mean, not too many rounds of 4 eliminations left now. It kind of rode the inside wall, but I don't think I was really bumping into it. It was just yellow sparks. Some light brushes, but I don't think I was really hitting it. A little yellow spark off of that post also. Inner has to be bad, right? I think so. Oh, that's also bad. I'm still curious about that very first turn. Feels like there may still be lines unexplored. Oh, okay, I guess that's just way slower than I thought. Or maybe not. I was very committed into that turn. Like, that was a late apex and a very hard turn, which is good there because, like I said earlier, it keeps you on the right side of the road, which I think is very necessary. So that's good then. Just super sharp turn at checkpoint 2. PB, I think? Is that my first 41? Yeah, it was. Agix with the 0.7 this time. I said he's a slow speed specialist. We were definitely looking out for him in this cup as well. Already mid 43, the elimination zone. I should be safe. I've been consistent, I think low 42s, like 0.2 or better. That probably gets me to the top 10 safely. That was very high. Maybe it's good for speed? That checkpoint's kind of a lie now because my PB has a really strange split there. I think I turned too much. Yeah, I'll keep this run though. Maki, and I think that's Pants behind me running up very high. Maki's line looked really nice to me, but he is 4th. Quick Racer and Sandals definitely the people that seem to know what they're doing. Oh, interesting. That's a lot of speed. That was quite a bit wider than I usually take it. I think that checkpoint 2 turn, it's also a matter of, like, the banking there, too. It's the same thing I was talking about at the beginning, where you want to try to do most of your turning where the banking is heavy. So actually, if you just turn really sharp at the very top of the hill, I think that's just straight up the best thing you can do there. Another 0.9, that's good, I like that. It's a lot of 41.9s though. So I went quite wide at the beginning on that run, and it was good speed. It did not do the same thing again that time. I want to get to this turnaround again. It's like basically just do all your turning like very quickly in one swoop right there. I like that. I think that's good. Current cop with the 0.7 this time. I believe that's new world record. Oh, it ties the world record. It is a new world record, apparently, beyond the 3rd decimal place. One more round of 4 eliminations now. Again, this cup going by quickly. The track may be going slow, but the cup is going by quickly. Yeah, 44 speed, and that was down 0.4 on the speed split, so I got really good speed on my PB. Ooh, that was a weird landing. Maybe it allows me to take a nice turn there. I overturned, though. Still green, slightly. But yeah, you definitely don't want to be doing any, like, extra steering. So if you turn too far to the right and then have to turn back to the left to set up for the next part, that's just killing speed. Which is not advised. That's basically why I have a 0.2 instead of possibly even a 41. Again, with the minus 0.4, seem to be consistent. Sandals with a different line there. Not sure if he's trying things or if that's always what he's doing. Nice, very good speed. I definitely agree with going high for the outer bank. It sets up well for this corner as well. Sandals does pull ahead a little bit there. Maybe I'm a touch too high on the outer bank. 41.8 is very good though. Quick Racer sets the new world record this time. The record is dropping every single round. And it looks like 42s might be necessary in this round. Looks like Kipros is the only one on this half of the map. Does she improve? She does, but not enough to get out. So Void Kipros knocks it to St. Nicholas, the last of the 4 elimination rounds. Wow, 42.5, actually half a second between safe and eliminated in that round. So very suddenly, like, there is no more safety. Gonna need a good run every round now. Probably one more round where like a mid 42 will do it, which fortunately I've been at least very close to the 41s on every round, so I should be safe here. But yeah, I mean pretty much everyone left is looking at 0.2s. Down 2.2 speed. Yeah, I said I wasn't going to go that high. We can try it on the next run. I mean, that's still a good line. It still gives me a good time. Ants in the lead. Actually, the only one in the 41s. Nice, gentle steering. And suddenly not gentle steering as I try to do all the right-hand turning at once. I'll try to keep it a little bit lower on this outer bank. May have been a touch too low. No, yeah, similar end actually. And I was down on that run. So the fact that that was almost an even speed split, yeah, I think there is something between the lines that I did that's probably the best. See what Quick Racer does. Quick Racer goes pretty high. Mackie I know is going high. I think he's brought it down a little bit further than he was before. Mackie is in the danger zone right now, actually. Ping is out. Mackie does get out, but wow, that's... oh, Ping... he doesn't have time. It's very close, but not enough time. So Ping and Agix, the slow speed specialist, getting knocked out. Agix out with the 42.2, so this is what I was saying. Everyone's looking at a 0.2, and yeah, that was right. And I was not right about a mid 42 being safe even in that round. So, yeah, we're just looking for strong times now. I've been consistent with my times, but everybody's so close that I think anyone could be out at any time, as proven by the fact that Mackie was very nearly eliminated in the previous round. Ouch. That felt strange. It kind of felt like... It's a weird thing to say, but I felt like my tires were not pointed in the direction they normally would be. It was like pulling me to the left. It's a weird complaint, I know, but it kind of felt like what happened. I do have time for 2 finishes. Not up that speed, don't trust that split at all. Still a 0.9 though. The time split was good there at least. Yeah, so what I said about the tires, maybe it was just the first time I was looking at the tires there. It might be worth it to keep just a tiny bit of right-hand steering all the way up that first turn. Because you don't want the tires to lock back in the forward position. You want it to kind of keep pulling you ever so slightly to the right. It's a trick I've actually picked up on bobsled lately, but it applies there as well too. I think if you just really look at the tires and see what direction are they taking you. Sometimes it's important to just guide the tires to point the correct direction, not even really caring about the turning as much, just make sure the car's not turning against you. Round and 6 get eliminated. I think that's probably a personal best finish for 6 in 11th place. Round, a mini time cup of the day winner, but a keyboard player who's definitely going to struggle on a track like this. He gets knocked out in 10th. And actually, I do believe that is the last of the keyboard players, or I should say the last of the players on keyboard for this cup, because current cup is on controller. Nice. That was good. I was plenty far to the left without getting the airtime. Very tight to the inside. Good inside again. This is personal best for sure. Yeah, solid time. I don't know when Quick Racer put in that 0.5 that is... I mean, I'm second on GTR. He's a 10th faster than world record on a track where the top 10 are separated by less than half a second. I can reset at this checkpoint if I don't like it. The speed is very... I mean, the speed is good. The time is very down for some reason. The speed is still up, though. So keep it a little bit lower here. I tapped the inside wall. I think I gained a lot on my last run by just getting a very inside line without hitting the wall. Still another solid run. Kern Cobb and Jake without times. The Kern Troller coming to the finish. It's definitely not going to be as comfortable on the controller as he is on keyboard. It's enough to get 6th. Jake coming to the end as well as his Quick Racer. Jake should have just enough time here and knocks out Pants at the last second. So that's Pants and Mew eliminated 8th and 9th. And the last of the non-Cup of the Day winners, both of them. Non-Cup of the Day winners knocked out. Top 7 are all previous Cup of the Day winners, with Kern Cobb and Mackie leading by a lot in the winners category, especially with Zoman not here. Surprised that's down. I can reset, actually. I still get 2 runs at this point. Yeah, again, just down, like, rounding up to 1 speed. Not ideal. That checkpoint is just incredibly hard to judge because I don't really know at what point in the turn am I hitting it. Okay, good speed there. Time split's not amazing, but it's probably enough for me to be safe in the round of 7. Last round of 2 eliminations. I don't really know if there's any safe time in this round, actually. I mean, do keep in mind that my new PB is a 0.7, so those splits it's being compared to. That is a very solid time. Time I have currently may not be safe with the players remaining. That's an even worse speed at the first checkpoint. Try to turn a little bit more there. I think I'm just taking too long to get to the rest of the track. Oh, Sandals bonked the pole. Hydro without a time is right in front of me. Quick Racer says, uh-oh, I messed up, and he's in 3rd. I feel like he should feel safe, but that just goes to show how close the times are. Hydro is not enough, though. Jake and Jason not going to get the last second snipe this time. Hydro and Jake eliminated. Kern Cobb just hangs on. Yeah, everybody, look at all those 0.9s. I mean, 0.9 being required is pretty insane. And the fact that everybody's so close, and I think... I'm not sure about Kern Cobb, but with Mackie's time there, I think that means all of us have done low 0.7s as well. And of course, Quick Racer has that one wild 0.58. That's the world record. I think there's a tiny tap of the wall. Good, not too far to the right. Nice run. Good inside line. I did tap the wall there. Be a small speed loss for the very end. Probably still a personal best. Yeah, low 0.6. I am good at slow speed maps. Slow speed Shadynook maps especially. That was with a little bit more turning than I usually do on that quarter pipe turn. That was just a little weird coming out of CP2. I should be safe with that run, honestly. Quick Racer without a time. Oh, that was way too wide in the first turn. Might as well keep this for practice, though. Quick Racer also... Oh, I turned way too much there. Quick Racer does turn quite a bit as well. Kern does set a time. It is slowest at the moment. Is Quick Racer on a good run? It's not pulling away from me too much, and I'm not on a great run. It is a 0.8 though, enough for second, and everybody left has 0.8s. With Kern Cobb being eliminated, that was a 0.8 necessary Wow, this is insane. We keep trading off who is getting the fastest times, and then everybody else is like tied in all of these rounds. For most of this cup, I would have said Quick Racer and Sandals were the favorites, but it was Mackie and then myself in the last 2 rounds. Maybe we're just on some sort of rotating pattern, though. It's time for somebody else to take the win. Nice inside line. Good setup. Sandals seems a touch faster. My time is down, which is unfortunate. My speed is good. Beautiful turn. Don't think I hit the inside at all. 8-1. Is that even safe? Sandals has a 9-1. I mean, everybody can put in 0.7s. Yeah, that was not good. Quick Racer resetting at the start again, just like last round. Nice. That's only 43, actually. My PB doesn't even have the best CP1 speed. Oh, I think I lost speed cutting the corner there. Quick Racer resets again. Has 1 attempt. The CP1 speed might have to do with how far you've turned, although I had turned pretty far there, and that was a 44. I don't think this is an improvement. 2 players without a time still. Mackie sets a time. It is the slowest, as Sandals goes fastest with the 0.6 this time. We really are just trading off who's the fastest, and I don't see a Quick Racer behind me. So Quick Racer eliminated in 4th. In the last 3 rounds, it was Mackie with the 0.6, then me with the 0.6, then Sandals with the 0.6. Or Mackie's might have been a low 7, actually. Regardless, it's like, is it time to assume that a low 0.6 is necessary? I'll go a little bit wider. I don't know if that saves me more speed. I think that's just showing good speed because of how early my apex was. Yeah, I'm gonna reset. I'm just going for 1 good run this time. I have to. No sense in taking safe times. Really would like to be seeing 44s at checkpoint 1. That has to be too much steering. 0.9 from Sandals. He did just kind of take a safe time. Unusual for him. He's usually the one pushing. Not bad. Oh, bad. Kinda bad, but I don't have time to reset. Mackie's 0.8. I'm not getting a 0.8 here. I don't think I'm getting a 0.9. Maybe with a crazy ending, I beat that 0.94. Sandals could be on another run as well. Don't think the speeds of Sandals is spectating, but it's not good. Yeah, I never got a good start, basically, is what it came down to. Quick Racer seems upset about the slow times, but you know, Quick, you should have just got a time in the last round then. So Mackie and Sandals the finals. Mackie, I believe, is 4-0 against Sandals in the finals. Obviously one of the winningest players in Cup of the Day history with 34 wins. Sandals with 3 wins and a lot of second places. So they might both be adding a point to that tally. Who can actually get the win, though, because it's really trading off who is having fast times. Mackie seems on a very clean first run. Ooh, he might have tapped the wall at the very end. Didn't quite see. Wow, that's so inside. 41.8. I think there was a wall tap. That was probably like low 0.6 pace. Let's see what Sandals is doing. 79 at the bottom of that hill. Turns quite a bit at the quarter pipe. 84 at the bottom of that hill. Early apex. A little bit of airtime. Is he going to reset that? 53 at the top of the hill. Oh, taps the inside wall. Absolutely going to reset. Both of them resetting. One chance now. This is the final runs for both of them. Mackie, the one with the time on the board. Sandals gets 44 at the first checkpoint. Solid start. Mackie quite a bit higher. Mackie definitely saves a lot more speed. Sandals going for time, and Mackie for speed. We'll see which of them pays off in the long run. I imagine Mackie has to have more, though, as we get to the top of this hill. 55 versus 52. Definitely Mackie has a ton of speed, and I think that has to pay off a lot for the ending. Sandals doesn't seem to be falling behind much, though. Mackie is done. Goes off the edge of the track. Sandals a little bit wide on the final corner. What is the time at the end? 42.13. Very close to the time I got knocked out with. Touch faster. And Mackie will take the win, continues the undefeated streak against Sandals in the finals, and gets win number 35. Congratulations, Mackie. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see all these stats and results yourself, I always post the link to my spreadsheet in the description below, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.